playing on it and obviously training on it both. It's just a clean, smooth surface, state-of-the-art artificial turf. Quite an upgrade from what we were traditionally battling, trying to keep a natural grass in a proper playing condition. So just from a standpoint of lack of maintenance that's needed and everybody showing up and knowing consistently what the surface is going to be like, that'll be the biggest difference and advantage of it. It's an honor. Obviously, the guys are extremely excited about it. A lot of work's been put into getting to this point, and I think they appreciate the fact that so many people have helped them financially to make this thing happen, and then also so many people have put in the time and the hours to get the job done. And then, just all around, it's an upgrade for the program, both the men and the women. It'll help us in recruiting when we bring kids in. We'll have a brand new state-of-the-art facility to show those kids and have a little bit of a wow factor, so to speak. And those are the kinds of things that gives us a leg up in recruiting and helps us potentially get better players here, and hopefully, as a result, we're able to achieve higher goals because of it. It's a nice honor. It's neat to be recognized for how we did last year, and then the potential that the group has for 2013. But honestly, it's nothing more than a number. It's just a ranking that at the end of the day doesn't really count for anything. We have to go out and we have to go and try to earn every single result. We're looking at this coming week. We have one game on the schedule, play Graceland. That's by far our biggest priority. We have to go out and play well and find a way to beat Graceland tomorrow night, Friday night. We have short-term goals every week, and then we ultimately have long-term, season-long goals that we have all agreed upon. Short-term, every week, our goal is to win whatever series we have coming up. Like I said, we have one game this week, so that's our goal for this particular week. The following week we'll have 3 games, so we'll consider it kind of like a three-game series, set ourselves a goal of winning all 3 of those matches, and then we'll worry about transitioning into the week after that. Long term, we want to have the best record in our league for the regular season, win the regular season championship, even though it's not technically recognized. That's still an objective that we're after. Then that would offer us the opportunity, if we could win some games in the postseason conference tournament, that hopefully we could host the semifinal and final, assuming we could get to that point. And then obviously, if we do well in the regular season and do well in the conference tournament, that'll give us the opportunity to be in the national tournament, which is another goal. And then at the end of the day, our ultimate goal, all that stuff is very important, but it's all just a path to hopefully getting a chance to play for the national championship. And that's what we're, at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to build up to. And really, that's the one thing that everybody really wants. The results, that's what it comes down to. It's nice to talk about the new complex or the upgraded complex, and it's nice to talk about potential, talk about how we did last year and how we can build on it and that sort of thing. But basically, 20 years from now, when people evaluate whether this season was a success or not, it's going to come down to the results. How many wins, how many losses, how many ties, and that's really what's going to make our year or not make it. 2 captains, one of which is Steve McEnany. He's a returning second year as a captain. He's a redshirt junior, so he'll have this season and next season with us. Plays in the center midfield area, very good player, sees the game well, really encourages the guys on and off the field to do the things the right way, exactly the way you want a captain to. And then our second captain, actually will not be able to play the rest of the season after suffering a season-ending ACL re-injury. Zach Memberlow, great kid, even though he's not going to be able to play, which breaks all of our hearts. I know that he's going to do everything he possibly can, from more of a sideline role now to help motivate, help encourage the guys, and probably have to lead in a little bit of a different way, but he's more than capable of doing that. We return a very, very experienced group overall. In total we have basically 9 guys that started games throughout the season last year, and I'm not talking just 1 or 2, but I'm talking 7, 8 or more. And these guys also started games the years before that too. So we have a very good nucleus to build around as far as returning players, guys that have been through the battles. In the backfield, Jake Bond, Chris Garibaldi, Eddie Ragsdale, all return as full-time starters. Drew Duncan in goal started about 7 or 8 games last year, and probably about the same the year before, so he knows what he's up against. Midfield, Steve McEnany started every game that he was healthy last year. Ben Oliver started a lot of games last year, upward of probably 10 or so. Ryan Seifert started every game last year and has been basically a starter for the last 3 years, so a lot of experience from Ryan. Jordan Roberts, Ethan Bemerlo started everything last year. As strikers, so we have a pretty good returning group sprinkled throughout the whole formation, and then we're going to add a few pieces into that, and I think we're going to have a very quality group to contend with. Newcomers they're still trying to figure out where they fit in. I don't want to set any pressure on any one of them right now. There's a few of them that are going to play immediately. There's a few of them that are going to take a little longer to season, to be ready to play at the college level. Very, very typical. It's quite a transition going from high school club to college soccer. Quite an upgrade in the pace of the play, the quality of the players, the physicality, and all of them are adjusting to that as we speak. Some are probably going to adjust to it a little quicker. Some of them might take a little bit more time, but overall the whole freshman class has a lot of potential in it, and I'm really pleased with the effort that they're putting forth right now. Every one of them. Like I said, each week we're going to dissect it and say, okay, what do we have coming up this particular week? And honestly, at this point, for example, this week, our most important game on the schedule is Graceland, because that's what we have coming up next, and that's where we have to focus. Some people will probably get excited, I'm sure, about when we get to play Rockhurst here. We go to Drury. We lost to UMSL last year, so obviously that doesn't sit well with us, and we want to play well against them and try to redeem ourselves, so to speak. But having said that, every game is just as important as the other one, and we have to go after every single one with the same intensity and the same effort.